Welcome back. I am Miss B, and you are listening and watching me on Miss B's Academy. I am so grateful for all of my subscribers. Like, I love y'all. All 59 of y'all. I love all of y'all. Okay, one day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have as many subscribers as I have videos. I got 76 videos. Like, that would be so dope if I got to 67, 70, 76 videos. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. Get my watch times up, please. Please get my watch times up, please. Please, 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 please. Today is Friday. It's time to unwind. And it was just got paid Friday night. So I'm grateful. Grateful for my picture. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I want to talk to you today about 3 gifts that I gave out today. So, unlike the people I work with, I'm a unicorn and they can't seem to figure me out. And I'm a human being, so I shouldn't be figured out. I should just be accepted, befriended, liked, loved, and left alone. But again, these people can't give me what they do not have. So there are 3 students in different classes that I wanted to celebrate. Now, if you go to school, you know that you have an assembly. I'm not one of those people who do things for show. I'm not a for show person. I'm not one of those folks that's like, oh, let's get in the assembly and let's like just do all this for show. Like that's not me. That's not my zhuzh. I like to do things in private. I like to do things one-on-one. I like to have that experience with someone, right? I was told a long time ago that one-on-one experience with me are life-changing. It's life-shaping. People feel seen. They feel heard. They feel felt. They feel loved. They feel poured into. They feel accepted. They feel befriended. They feel liked. They feel a surge of energy like no other. Which is why when I do one-on-one coaching, you need to sign up. Okay? And so the first child I gave a t-shirt to. And it's a Vans t-shirt that was given to me by a Palestinian student in New York City. And we used to go skateboarding as a class, right? When she first got to New York City, and she came to the school, she was kind of nervous because she didn't really know how she was going to fit in. She just thought she was a unicorn, like I'm a unicorn. And so there were kids with their skateboards, and she was like, you guys skateboard? Like, yo, y'all skateboard? They were like, yeah, we skateboard. You skateboard? She like, yeah. And she was like, they started talking about skateboards. They like, yo, this is that and the third, blah, 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 right? And, you know, most people who skateboard, they have Vans. They have, like, Vans sneakers and whatnot. She has this dope Vans shirt. Like, it's the colors of this country's flag, right? It's just so dope. And, you know, she was nervous, because she's Palestinian and she was in the predominantly Jewish neighborhood. And it's like, listen, the Israelites over there and the Jews over here, they're not the same people. Like, you please don't put everybody into the same basket. Like, you moved here, give people a chance like you want them to give you a chance. She said, all right, Miss B. So, excuse me, forgive me for that. So she, at first I didn't know how to do this, right? So we came over to her house. A lot of the students and parents came over to her house to just be like, hey, how's it going? How's everything going? You know, we skateboard at this time, and your daughter skateboard, so can we just hang, chill, right? Now, this was a little bit funny because the parents, some of them had motorcycles, right? And her parents, they didn't motorcycle, whatever. But the first night was kind of weird, right? Like we were like, we don't want to come in because we don't want to be rude, and like we came unannounced and we come in peace, and we just thought that we welcome you. And at first it was kind of weird for them, but they let us in and we sat down and we had snacks and whatever, and they eventually came out, got on a motorcycle, they had their helmets on, it was like so dope, right? So they were like, they were like our bodyguards, and we would just like skateboard and everything. So dope, just so dope, right? And we would do this on Fridays. We do it Friday nights, Saturday nights. Like it would just be dope. And it would just be in our little neighborhood, like in our little neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So dope, right? And we had police officers in our neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like, they were cool with it. They were like, as long as the parents are okay and, they're safe, you guys got safety stuff on. We had our helmets and everything. It was just dope. And so I was really kind of surprised when she came to me with this t-shirt, because she heard, that I was going to be traveling and whatnot and stuff and I was going to be coming to, this area over here. And so she says, I want you to have this t-shirt. And I was like, why? She was like, when you get over there, you see someone that has the spirit of New York, I want them to have this t-shirt. Maybe one day we might see each other and we might meet, and I might strike up a conversation like, where'd you get that t-shirt from? You know what I mean? And it might be the t-shirt I gave you, and this way I get to strike up a conversation with somebody, you know what I'm saying? So that would be so dope. So I gave it to a student in 9 advance, and she's the child that I talk about in that Who Got You Looking Like Jonathan Majors video, where she was friends with somebody and then all of a sudden this girl just flipped the script on her, like, and she just like chose somebody else to be her best friend. And then like out of the blue she started talking to her again, and so the other girl was looking like Jonathan Majors, right? And so it's been a roller coaster ride. So now at the beginning of the academic year, like they were all in the same advanced class, and then some of the girls from the other school that I taught, 2 girls came to the class, and now the girl who used to be her best friend feels like, oh, I can't be here, like I just can't be here. Like her new best friend, they left the class and went to the other class, right? And so now she's in the class with a group of students, like one student from 8th grade that she was with the other 3 girls, they're just from another school, and they just vibing up in there. They just vibing, right? They just vibing. And so I gave her her present, and she, let me see, she kind of cried. Forgive me for being off camera. I wanted to get some stuff that she'd given me. So right before I gave her the gift, she gave me these. I got these I love coconut. She gave me these stickers. I want to find the other ones, but I can't find them. Anyway, so right before I gave her her gift, she gave me the stickers. Now I accidentally put the wrong note in her gift, and she was like, Miss, it's the wrong note. It's for another student. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I just put it in the other one. Right? This girl hugged me so tight. She cried. And so in her note, I just told her that story. So I wanted her to have that. Now the other student got a scarf like this one, but it has like, okay, so you see this one has, if you look at it, it has a design on it. It's a beautiful one. It goes with my birthday outfit. And so I did a fashion show with that one, so you can go see some of my shorts. My birthday outfit, darling. I got pink hair, honey. I'm wearing my brother's favorite color, which is gray, darling. It's gray, darling. It's gray, darling, right? So it has the checkers, like a checker flat, like race car. And I just gave it to this student. This student is so dope. Like, I love her. She's the quietest person in class that people just beat up on and pick up on. So like I kind of vibe with her. We kind of resonate because it's kind of rough in the world. It's rough for us empath light workers, people who are introverts, who are quiet but mighty, see all but don't say much, see stuff, notice stuff but don't always say anything, you know what I mean? Because you don't always have to say something when you see it, right? So when I first got that, I got a race car thing like this one, right? This is old. And I'm not gonna wear that scarf. I rock white. Like I'm out here rocking white. Like I'm not rocking them other colors. Like I'm just not doing it. And so, I hope you can hear me. I just realized I had the air conditioning on. Let me get this fan down. I mean the window down. And so I just thought of her. Like I literally just thought of her. Like, let me just do this because, you know, like she would love it and I want her to have it. So like, that's what I'm going to do. Now, the third gift I gave to another really quiet and shy student, right? And so her name means mountain. So for her, she's strong, brown-eyed girl, mountain. Like, I just love her. She's amazing. She's short and she has these beautiful, intense brown eyes. They're just like so intense, right? And when I got to her class, I could tell that the teacher before me definitely was kind of different. She was, let me just say, she was kind of different. She's one of those teachers, like, if you don't talk to her, she like, why didn't you answer my question? Why don't you answer me? Give me an answer. Like, she's like in your face. Like, that's her, right? And so I could tell she was just a little like, you know, kind of like she had heard about me, but like, I'm not going to do that to somebody's child. Like, I'm not from Planet Stupid. I'm not going to be yelling at somebody's child. I don't want anybody yelling at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want people yelling at me. That's crazy. Right? So I know she was a little bit like, well, I don't know how this is going to go, you know? And she was a little bit nervous. Thing I love about quiet people, they have expressive eyes. Their eyes are very expressive. We can have a whole conversation with eyes. Like, that's what's up, right? So things have changed at work. And that's all I say. Things have changed at work. And so I just want her to have that encouragement, right? So I gave her this beautiful bag, this beautiful Betsey Johnson bag, multicolored. Her favorite color is purple, so you know she's intergalactically dope. Okay. And so, and I wrote her a note, you know, and I was like, the first day I met you, I knew that you were unsure about about me and about the class and how things were going to go. But you opened up. You know, we started playing games. You started laughing and like you started making these noises and calling people names and just getting into the spirit, you know. And so that's when I knew we were going to be okay. And like these really small things that she did in class, the reading out loud, the doing her best to answer questions. I remember giving them a past tense quiz. And I played the game. First I gave them the paper to see how much they knew. And then I played a game to teach them what they did not know. And she got like the third highest score, but she was the only one that when I gave her back her paper, she was done. She had learned it. She had demonstrated that she had understood what the game was doing. And she just learned the past tense through a game. She learns through gamification. So she was done. Everybody else, two of the smartest kids in class were struggling. This girl doesn't speak a lick of English and just got the past tense. Right? There were like, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 questions. She had already gotten 5 right on her own. She'd attempted a whole lot, got them wrong, but she made an attempt. You see what I'm saying? See, before she wouldn't even have done it. If she made an attempt, she got 5 right out of her attempt and then took the game, played the game and got all of them right. She got 13 right. That was it. She didn't even need to do the game again. Everybody else had to go back into the game to get it right. And then once you got it right, boom, we can just move on. So I didn't want her to lose all that she had done. Another thing she did, right? This girl doesn't speak a lick of English. So I'm teaching them how to, okay, once you get to a reading, right? The first thing I tell them to do, read the instructions. Look at the title, look at the instructions, go to the questions. Pick out the key terms, keywords in the question, and then go to the reading and then find your answer. Do you not know I gave them a reading comprehension? It was hard. It was for grade 9 general, maybe, or 9 advanced. This girl underlined keywords. This girl, not only did she underline keywords, she went back into the reading, underlined it, put the numbers, circled it, and then began to copy it. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. She went back to get her evidence as well. First one is the answer. Second one is the evidence, which is where did you find the answer? This is for a shy, quiet, introverted, intergalactically amazing kid who loves the color purple. Okay? Doesn't speak a lick of English. Can say, may I go to the bathroom, please? She got them right. Do you hear me? She got them right. Right? This school, I don't agree with a lot of things that's going on. I don't agree with the leadership. I don't agree with staff members. I don't agree with a lot of things. Okay? But this is one thing I stand firm on. I don't give a damn about getting things right and getting things perfect and being all like, like perfect and just for show. Everything is just for show. Everything is just for show. We just care about just for show. I care about the small things that you do, the small steps that you take, the small risks that you take, the mistakes that you take, right? I care about those things. Most of these girls get praised for all of these other things, but who praises the kid who does their best? And she didn't only just do her best, she knocked it out the park. Her little steps, that should be rewarded. I wanted her to know that all things great and small are enough. They're enough. I don't care what anybody else says. You're enough. On your own, you're enough. No one has the right to make you feel like you're not enough. You are enough just the way you are. Each and every one of these kids were chosen by God to lay on my heart to give them something to let them know you are enough. I don't care what everybody else says. I don't care what they have. You are enough. And nobody teaches this. I'm not really teaching it. To be honest with you, I guess I am teaching it. But I just want them to know. I see you. I hear you. I feel you. I know you're different. And there's nothing wrong with you. I don't care what anybody else says about you. You were handcrafted by the Creator. Screw those people. You don't have to be talkative. You don't have to be popular. You don't have to get the best grades in school for people to like and love you. I like and love you because I like and love you. And I want you to like and love you too. I want you to matter to you. I don't care what everybody else thinks of you. I care what you think of you. And you decide who you're going to care, you decide who matters to you. I'm not concerned with these people or what they think. I'm concerned about you and what you think. You matter. And I'm not just talking to these kids. I'm talking to you too. You matter. Let me tell you what happened. Let me put this down because I'm getting... Did you not know that the girl who woke up one morning and decided she was just going to not be friends with the other girl, her and her cousin, walking by like, when I got to this place, this region, I was told religion governs every aspect of your being. And coming over here with that nasty snide attitude, you learned that from somebody. And you learned it from somebody in your house. Hi. That girl always gets recognized. She throws temper tantrums in class just to get people's attention. She needs so much attention. God forbid that the one student in class who doesn't get any attention gets a little attention. I'm glad things have changed for me. I'm glad my role has changed. Because you know what? I don't miss that kind of shenanigans in class. It's that kind of psychology that I have to deal with in class that makes teaching just more difficult. It's not just the teaching, it's the psychology of what you have to deal with before you even teach. The stuff that these kids learn from their parents. You know what I learned from my parents? To be kind to others. You know what I learned from my parents? To respect all people. You know what I learned from my parents? That everybody needs to be recognized. That everybody should get shine. That people should be treated with respect. That no one should be treated differently because of their skin, their gender, their social economic background. And that we should celebrate people when they need to be celebrated. Celebrate them, yes. Treat people the way you want to be treated. You know, Funky Dineva, a lot of you don't, I don't know if you know him or even watch him, but, you know, he says that anybody who's going out to be a teacher or an educator is stupid. While I disagree with him, because I am currently an educator, well, I currently educate. I forgot my intro. I teach, but I am not a teacher. I instruct, but I am not an instructor. I profess, but I'm not a professor. In this season, I'm being very careful with my I am statements. Forgive me, because you realize I'm passionate about this topic, right? While I understand exactly where he's coming from, we are needed. People like us are needed. You look at your mother's your first teacher. Our prophets were all teachers. But I get what he's saying. I get it. I get it. I get it. I definitely get it. I get it. I get it. When I was in school, I always got recognized for everything. I was that kid that did everything right for the most part. But what about those kids that didn't? What about those kids that didn't? Pink song. What about us? I love that song. Go to work on time. Do your job to the best of your ability. Mind your business at all times. And go home to the life you've been blessed with. It's rough out here.